Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Through you, Mr. President, I, like Nzwalo, am democracy's child. Born 97, I dare say you are not an honorable man. Your presidency and leadership lack compassion. Mahlong a hao baithuti ba naha ena a se batho.
Sorry, Mme Khakhau, take your seat. Chief Whip. Yes, honorable members, order. I would like to hear the point of order. Yes, Honorable Khatebe.
Honorable Speaker, the Speaker on the platform has uttered something unparliamentary. She knows very well that the members of the House are honorable members. She cannot come and claim that the President is not honorable. So it's actually the antithesis.
Order! We can't hear.
She must withdraw that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Khatebe. Honorable Member, you realize most that this is a reflection on the person of the President. Will you withdraw this? Honorable members, please, please. Yes, will you please withdraw?
Honorable Speaker, mahlong a hao baithuti ba naha ena a se batho. Mme di riti tsa rona ha di bohlokwa ho hang.
Honorable member, you are not withdrawing. Pumak, leave the house. Yes, leave. Leave the house. Leave. Leave the house. You are not presiding. I am presiding. Leave.
Honorable Speaker, I say I withdraw. No.
Honorable Member Khakhau, can you please? No. No. I am presiding now. I am on the chair. No, Honorable Member. Oh, no, no. Chief Whip of the majority party, lower your hand, please. Lower your hand. Honorable Khakhau, stand up. Were you refusing to withdraw? What were you, I'm talking to you. What were you saying? Honorable Khakhau, may I have your attention? Were you withdrawing or not?
Honorable Speaker, I was withdrawing.
You withdrew after I threw you out. Don't repeat that again. When a presiding officer says to you, withdraw, you withdraw. Continue.
Honorable Speaker, Mr. President, mahlong a hao baithuti ba naha ena a se batho. Mme di riti tsa rona ha di bohlokwa ho hang. Bokamoso ba batho ba batjha bo tsietsing naha ena ho pota fela ha o letho le reng teke ho wena. Qeto tsa hao ya o re lebile dipaka hore wa re nyatsa ebile bohloko ba bofuma le o hloka monyetla ha bo re letho ho wena. Ha ile hantle as McG would put it, wa re undermine. See, the stealing of NSFAS and D-head money is actually the stealing of money meant to fund poor students who without state funding will not be able to study. The victims of Minister Nzimande, Dr. Khoza, their criminal syndicates and your ANC government...
I'm sorry, Honorable Member, take your seat. Take your seat. Yes, honorable member at the back. Honorable members from the right of the House, you are drowning the speakers. We can hardly hear from here. Honorable member, yes?
Thank you very much, Speaker. I wanted to check if the Speaker would like to take a question.
No. Would you like to take a question, Honorable Khakhau?
As a graduate of NSFAS, I wanted her to answer that part.
As funded by my mother, no.
Do you want to answer that question?
No, Honorable Speaker.
No. Continue then.
See, the victims of Minister Nzimande, Dr. Khoza, their criminal syndicate and your ANC government, Mr. President, are the millions of South African students who have been locked out of doors to tertiary education. The minister has the audacity and arrogance to tell this House and the country that this does not qualify a crisis, yet it is. Mr. President, we have nearly 3.5 million young people aged 15 to 24 years who are not in employment, education, or training, and therefore find themselves in a state of desperation and hopelessness, with some left with no hope but to turn to acts of crime, prostitution, and substance abuse for survival. These are the consequences of the corruption, greed, and maladministration happening within NSFAS, DHET, and the PSET sector right under your nose. See, the disgusting and shameless milking of public funds by ANC cadres and Minister Nzimande have left the state bankrupt, resulting in R1 billion less funding available for students. This translates to 87,000 less students eligible for funding. This is in addition to the over 20,000 students who were defunded in the previous financial year, who today are hopelessly sleeping in the streets, in kitchen floors.
I'm sorry, Honorable Member. Please take your seat. Yes, Honorable Khakhau.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The member knows very well that if she has to bring any issue against a member of the House, she must bring it to a substantive motion. She just said that the Minister of Higher Education has milked the funds of NSFAS.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable members, you make it difficult for the presiding officer to even hear when a person is calling for an order. Please, honorable members, please lower your voices, please. Honorable Chief Whip of the Opposition.
Speaker, the Honourable Member Khakhau, I think, is mistaken. He keeps referencing rules that are not in session. This is a joint sitting, and none of the times that he stood up, he's made any reference to any of the rules in the joint sitting. He's badgering the Speaker and not allowing her to speak. Please, could you intervene?
Honourable Member, thank you, Honourable Chief Whip of the Opposition Party. Honourable Member Khakhau, take the floor, and please, man, just be mindful of what you say.
Mr. President, students are currently hopelessly sleeping in streets, on kitchen floors, and lecture halls across campuses, unable to register for this academic year. Students have been left hungry, homeless, financially and academically excluded, with appeals running from January to December, and some are facing critical mental health issues as a result of these challenges. And as if this is not enough, they now have tuition and accommodation debt that they must settle before they register this month. And so it is not true when Minister Nzimande says that students can register irrespective of these debts, because they cannot. Institutions are saying they can't. So where must these concessions money that institutions are supposed to make come from? Where must students have the money to settle these debts before registrations? And see your appointment of Minister Nzimande, your refusal to fire him, your protection of corrupt cadres not only make you a political accomplice and enabler of the acts of crime, but they make you a cruel man. Because you should have an appreciation for what it means for poor students with their families only shot out of poverty to get funding for tertiary education. The ANC and its alliance is an organization of vultures feasting on the poor. All, however, is not lost. There is hope for young people, students, and South Africa. And the solution right now for the cries of students is firing Minister Nzimande with immediate effect. Mr. President, you have a clear choice to make between championing the best interests of students and the future of South Africa and championing the interests of a syndicate of corrupt politicians and their cronies. And I say, choose students, choose the future of South Africa. See, this can only bring a temporary political solution to the problem because the rot within DHET...
Honorable Khakhau, please take your seat. Yes, point of order, what is it? Honorable Makaka.
Honorable Chief Speaker, I think the member is ready beyond redemption. This member is continuously attacking individual members of this parliament, and there are no different rules of the NCOP and the National Assembly. Therefore, any member cannot just insult and say whatever you want to a member because we are in this joint session. Therefore, this member in the first place, Honorable Speaker, didn't even apologize in the beginning when she attacked and cut aspersion against the minister.
Thank you. Colleagues, you are loud. You are making noise. You are very loud. We can hardly hear the speakers. No, you stop it. Please, stop it. Shall we please exercise discipline? Right. Honorable Member, now, if I may say this to you, Rule 21 under discipline of the joint meeting sittings states that assembly rules apply when it comes to matters of discipline for members of the National Assembly. The same applies to members of the NCOP. I am now making a plea to you that if you have issues which you want to raise, such as the ones you are raising as critical as they are, you please submit a substantive motion. I'm appealing to you. Will you please take the floor and continue?
So what do these solutions look like? They start with a skills audit of all employees in the sector and the replacement of unqualified cadres with qualified, non-politically appointed employees. It includes the investigation and prosecution of all acts of corruption and fraud within the sector, reforming NSFAS and creating a sustainable funding environment in partnership with the private sector, decentralizing the administrative function of NSFAS to institutions of higher learning, scraping the blanket accommodation cap, a free market regulated by the Competition Commission for private student accommodation providers, and public-private partnership for student accommodation. These are our solutions in the right step, and they will take us out of the confusion and shambles currently plaguing NSFAS. So I urge each and every young South African to visit check.da.org.za and register to rescue South Africa.
I thank you, Honorable